Internet, good morning. Daybreak 748 coming back at you guys with yet again another discussion video. Today we're going to be starting a new segment on this channel, and it is going to be on the following. What deadlines would you like to see resurrected in some way, shape, or form? Now, as you guys can clearly see before you, I have one of my all-time favorite toys, period. It is none other than the Automorphin Power Rangers line from Bandai. Yeah, this is one of those lines that a lot of people might have been like, you know what, I'm gonna pass. But for someone who grew up in the 90s, this is what we grew up with. As a matter of fact, I've said this or told this story in the past, but I have a picture in my photo album or in my parents' place, a picture of me holding this exact figure and my brother holding that figure and us playing on the floor with all the other villains and Power Rangers we had at the time. And it just hits that nostalgic feel, you know? And for me, when I saw that Bandai was going to be releasing or re-releasing these figures, I hopped on it right on the spot. It was a no-brainer. I picked up the Green Ranger, the Red Ranger, then the Pink Ranger. Those three came as one wave, and then these two came out, but unfortunately, the distribution for those two figures were kind of wonky, and I'm not really sure what happened. But for some time, originally when it first hit the store shelves, meaning Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store, places like that, online distributors, it was fine. But then after a couple of, I guess, months went by, they just disappeared, and the prices for these figures went through the roof. The blue and the black ranger is what I'm talking about. The other three, they're just literally everywhere, and people were finding them at like the five and below. So you were able to pick these guys up for $5, which is ridiculous. But anyways, the black and the blue ranger for some time was going on eBay for like $80 a piece. And then all of a sudden, I guess someone found a huge wave or a mass amount of just these figures lying around somewhere, and they started like releasing them on Amazon, eBay, and I was able to get them for $19.99, normal prices. When, like I said, a couple months prior to that, it was going for like 80 plus, which was insane. I was originally contemplating of buying the original releases of the black and the blue because I was like, I'm not, if I'm gonna be paying $80, I'll just get the originals. And then sadly, the Bandai, I guess, um, Bandai lost the licensing, and we never actually got a re-release of the Yellow Ranger. It sucks. Yeah, I know. So that one right there is actually the original Yellow Ranger, not the re-release, because there was no re-release. Now, why would I like to see this line resurrected? Because it's the nostalgic feel. I have these figures in hand and I just love playing around with them. They're not expensive figures. I mean, $20, some people might say it's expensive, but that's the going rate for action figures these days, good or bad. So, like, to see these figures, the things that I grew up with, come back into my life at a cheaper price point, I mean, that's pretty freaking amazing. I would love to see or get the Zeo Rangers because those are freaking awesome, like Turbo. And if they were doing all of the lines, all the Rangers in this classic style, I personally would probably pick up all of them. Now, just I guess a question for you guys. Did you guys grow up with this line? And if so, if Hasbro came out and said, you know what? We're going to resurrect this automorphing line and we're going to give you a re-release of the White Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and do what they're doing with the Lightning Collection, would you guys be up for it? Would you guys pick it up? Or would you be like, you know what? These are kind of outdated molds. They're kind of crappy when it comes to articulation. Is that how you would feel? let me know in the comment section down below, because I would love to discuss it with you guys. Because for me, as a fan that grew up in the 90s, these were my jam. These, oh my god, I mean, look at this. Look at how crappy this is, but it's so beautiful. The articulation's super limited. The paint is super limited. You can see the screw holes in the back. I mean, people would freak out if people saw this on newer figures. I mean, they have these little crazy, ridiculous hands. But you know what? I think that's something that is going for this line. It just brings back the vibes that I had as a kid. And maybe if you guys are younger, you guys might not feel that passion. But for us older collectors, this is a thing. You might be looking at like, oh my god, that head sculpt is ridiculous. Yeah, I know, but it was pretty cool. So there you guys have it. I'm very curious, guys. Like I said, would you be interested if Hasbro released the Automorphin figures in this retro style and maybe give us some villains like we got in the past, maybe more? If so, leave in the comments down below. If you're like, no, this is pretty crappy, I would pass, then yeah, let me know as well, because I would love to just hear both sides. And with that said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to stop by and watch this video. If you like what you saw, leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out my other videos. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And yeah, let's have a good old time with this. So with that said, thank you once again. And this is Daybreak 748, and I am signing out. Peace.